Are these the kind of videos you think a 13-year-old child should be watching?
My issue with 69 in is that I'm eating your book so good.
If they say to kill yourself, then you will try it.
In just a matter of days, this is some of the extreme content that we've found TikTok is showing to children. Now, it's not the first time we've carried out an experiment like this on the app. Last year, I was horrified by some of the content I was exposed to on my algorithm, which we set up to mimic the experience of a 13-year-old. That was around the time that there were amendments made to the Online Safety Act, specifically looking at the sort of content that is given to children. Now, there's government consultation underway looking at whether there should be a ban on social media for under 16s. Is this the sort of content it would protect them from? What we're going to do this time is do two accounts simultaneously. So very similar to what we did last time, we've set up two separate accounts. One of a 13-year-old boy, the other of a 13-year-old girl. We're going to check them simultaneously, and we've done a bit of a distinction. So with a 13-year-old boy, we're not going to search for anything or like any videos or follow any accounts. We're just going to see what we get right from the start based on those videos and where the algorithm leads us. When it comes to the 13-year-old girl, we're going to go slightly differently, and we're going to search for things like skinny, which we found out are a sort of big search term for that community. And let's see again this time if there's any distinction between the two, and crucially, whether I'm going to be exposed to some of that shocking content once again. Let's start off with the boy. Just to reiterate on this one, I'm not going to search any terms, follow any accounts, like any videos. We're just going to see where the algorithm takes us. Let's see what we get.
Sure we should do this here? I don't want us to get caught by like security or anything.
Wow. The first video I'm seeing,
Oh my God, are you sure we should
and I need to be
do this here?
careful here, is a sexual act. And as you can hear, it's highly inappropriate stuff. So it's all to do with not getting caught. But really, this is the first video that I'm seeing when I've just sort of opened the app at really what is during school hours as well, at the time we're doing this. So really concerning that that is straight away what I'm getting. Highly sexualized content, sex acts, and also seemingly done in a sort of classroom setting. So let's see what else we get. Okay, this is a video about an otter.
Who taught that otter that? That's not nature. When the has seen David Attenborough go, here in these lakes of Canada, the otter spreads those booty cheeks.
It's clearly very much pointing to a sexualised act. You've also got a sort of middle-aged man there who's using the F word repeatedly. So firstly, I'm not sure that a 13-year-old would put two and two together with that otter in a sexualised act. I'm not sure they'd know this F word that the individual's using. And they're also referring to David Attenborough, which, again, I don't think is sort of a tip of the tongue of many 13-year-olds' lips. Let's keep scrolling.
See, my issue with 69 in is that I'm eating your book so good that you start to lose focus on your job, and it's like, what are we doing it? Especially
I'm genuinely speechless at that being marketed to a 13-year-old, because previously, and again, you don't see anything there visually, but what he is saying is so inappropriate and so out of the question for a 13-year-old, the sort of graphic detail of a sex act and the specifics of it that a 13-year-old is then aware of and can obviously go and look up. So I think that might be one of the most worrying videos I've seen so far. And what's interesting is you can have whatever parental controls you want on paper, but a lot of these are pretty subtle. They're implied, but they're not explicit. And so, you know, some of the sort of videos I've had linked to sex don't show any sort of sexual activity. It's all innuendo. It's all implied. It's pretty clear that there is a way to get around some of those blocks, some of those controls that some parents have. Well, that was what we got as a 13-year-old boy. Again, just based on videos, not with any searches or following. We're now going to try it with a 13-year-old girl. Now, this time, we are going to search. So, for instance, skinny was something we found does come up. So we will search skinny. It's called Soph Whitaker, completely made up name. There's a sort of generated photograph that isn't real. They live in Altrincham. They like dance. And MUA with regards to makeup. So there we go. That's the sort of bio we've got, and there's also a flower in the name as well. Again, as I say, this is all generated a sort of typical 13-year-old girl profile. Let's see what we get straight away. I just want to see the number go down again. And it's someone who looks very skinny, and that is with regards to the number that you weigh. So it's to do with weight loss, to do with kilograms. Let's keep scrolling. Wow, all the makeup in the world won't make you less insecure. Let's just go back. Let's just scroll back on that again. If they say to kill yourself, then you will try it. So, getting content that is sort of linked to suicide ideation. What's this next one? Oh, this is all about collarbones. And it's people who are very skinny, who can really clearly see their collarbones. And saying that that is a very good thing, that you want to be able to see someone who's very skinny and see their collarbones. Which, again, it would seem to me to be totally the wrong image. Okay, that is butter and olive oil with the caption, disgusting ooh. Right, okay. So that's, again, all to do with sort of food, body positivity. That's all to do with sort of food. Let's have a look, see what else. There's a big picture of pepperoni pizza, some pasta, some chips, crisps. It's from an account. It says eat with a big cross through it as the main picture, which, again, not surprising based on the fact that it's saying she's not scared of spiders, she's scared of food. And, whoa, that, I have to say, I didn't expect that. I've now suddenly gone to being given content of a golly doll. Why a 13-year-old girl, they would think, be interested in that? I've got no idea. Let me check the comments. Golly gosh. People saying, I love this. Lots of laughing emojis. I don't know why that would be sort of presented to a 13-year-old girl. When someone uglier than you has more friends, is liked more, so you know you just have a disgusting personality, with a picture of a cake. Well, that's now the third time I've done this experiment. We did it a year ago. I was really sort of shocked by some of the content. When we checked 6 months ago to see if anything had changed, I was horrified. This time, once again, I'm gobsmacked. I really thought, given all of this discussion about the new fining powers for Ofcom, that there would be some sort of change, that the content would have been mitigated, setting out that I am a 13-year-old boy or girl in both of these instances. And yet it is still harmful content. It is still content that you would imagine a lot of parents will not want their child accessing, the sort of things that we've spoken about during the online safety debate. So there is that very live conversation as to whether social media should be available for under 16s. There is that consultation going on by the government at the moment. But I think really, given Ofcom have those fining powers now, it doesn't look like much has changed. And there is very much that conversation as to whether this should now be completely banned.